Oh gosh, okay. We got Academy again, so this might be a good opportunity to talk more about the spec.
Welcome to Algeth'ar Academy. I am delighted that you received.
I don't know if you were here on the last one of these that I did, but
behind schedule, but I have heard wondrous things about your capabilities.
this dungeon's a little bit bugged, so.
Perhaps you could help us.
All right. Yeah. So, if it's any consolation, I'm definitely expecting that they there's going to be conversations about it at the very least. Yeah, no, it's the start of this dungeon's bugged. So what might happen is we might I wonder if this is the monk of the Shadow Priest that I was playing with earlier. I don't have it up on my screen anymore, but oh no, that was Telly Heals, not Tem. Fair enough. Oh no, I'm not logging. Oh darn. I'm recording, but I'm not logging. Let me do that at least. Combat log, and then I'll go heroic dungeons 918. Not the end of the world. I've gotten a good amount of log data, but I definitely want to be logging whenever I can. Okay, good enough. I think they'll fix it. Yeah. No, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, bottom line is, it's pretty clear right now, and if it's not clear right now, it'll be clear for sure once raid testing happens, that, it's pretty degenerate having to play with the 25-yard range as a healer. They definitely... For what it's worth, I think it's fair to have given them the benefit of the doubt off the start to say, you know what, I'm a little bit concerned. I don't trust that you'll be able to do this. But hey, you know, we'll see how it goes. I'm not exactly convinced that that what they've shown gets us there on the healing side of things. So we'll have to see. Okay, I'm going to cool down because I want to just pop these guys real quick. Just gonna throw out some pyres here because I see grouped up, and now there's only 3, so I'm gonna swap to a disintegrate. I'm actually in cooldown, so I shouldn't have used my disintegrate there when I did. I should have fished for an eternity or an essence burst first, but that's okay. Optimizing my cooldowns when it's like a trash pack that dies in 5 seconds is probably not the biggest deal, I'll be completely honest with you. Yeah, so I'm just going to help bring these guys down. What I didn't get to finish explaining is on the Valdrakken server, this dungeon is very broken. The start area there and here count as being in the Dragon Isles. And on Valdrakken, you're not meant to be in the Dragon Isles because you're meant to just come here and do sort of... you're just meant to sort of do instance content kind of thing. So it wants to kick you out basically when you come here. So this area on the stairs, it's not a fan of you going up there. So we actually have to fight the boss down here. That's okay, I'm a gamer. But yeah, for what it's worth, I also find it unlikely that they're not going to, at the very least, say something about it, right? So, absolute worst case, they're going to say something like, we understand that you think it's a problem. We don't think it's a problem yet. We're going to wait 1 tier and see how it goes. And then the first tier is just a shit show, and then they do something about it, right? That's like the worst case. second worst case is, you know, basically that they go, you know, we're gonna keep the 25-yard range thing, but maybe what we do, here, I'm kind of bad at multitasking, but I'll figure it out. We'll do okay. There, I got my cooldown started, so I should be good to go from here. They might go like, you know, okay, well, we'll change the way hover works or something to be like, you know, maybe you can actually, maybe when hover is active, you have a 40-yard range as preservation or something like that. Yeah, right? So I could see something like that. Oh, did he reset? Oh, that's a new one. Oh, what the heck? Okay. I haven't seen that one before, but interesting. Yeah, so rule of law is one way to go about it, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if they do go that way. I don't know. I do think, so if I know Blizzard, and I like to think I kind of know Blizzard a little bit, I sense that they're going to be very stubborn about giving up the 25-yard restriction. I think they're going to want to say, you know, Evoker is a mid-ranged caster. That's what we have in mind for the class to be. And what I get the sense from that is they're going to do everything in their power to try and work around it in some way. So maybe let you cheat to 40 yards sometimes, or go, hey, tell us what moments you find that you're struggling with range, and then maybe we find a way to, like, oh god, I canceled my fire breath. Maybe we find a way to give you extra mobility or extra range in those moments specifically, right? I could definitely see something like that. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do a nice little deep breath here, because that'll help stun everything. I'm going to go into Dragon Rage. I'm going to cast a nice max rank flame on everything, and then I'll try and get a max rank Eternity Surge too, and then just pop some pyres. And then hopefully I'm doing damage. Okay, well, I am doing damage, but also my whole group did damage there, so I'm actually last. It's fucking hell. That's what I get for trying to stun all the enemies for my group. Mythic Plus is not going to be too bad. There are some bosses that I've seen. Hilariously, I haven't done the Uldaman dungeon yet because, well, okay, first off, it just hasn't come up in queue, but also it is broken, I think, also in Veldraken. I haven't done that dungeon yet, and I'm pretty sure that that dungeon has a weird boss that's super spread out, where everyone needs to be hitting different stuff at different times, and not being able to hit everyone on that one looks pretty rough. I would say in general, M Plus is pretty doable at 25 yards most of the time. Raid is going to be weird, for sure. And I really don't know exactly what to make of that, so... Yeah, this is a weird boss fight, because technically, like, I probably should save my... Oh god, okay. I was going to say, I should save my, my Empower abilities for this phase. But you know what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to... Oh, I don't have it. Oh, no. I was going to shoot out a nice fat deep breath there on everything, but that doesn't look like it's going to work. I want to pat on these enemies just like you guys. Alright, whatever. Let's just hit the boss. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think they're going to be a little bit stubborn going, just saying, you know what, yeah, no, they're a 40-year class now. The big reason that I'm skeptical that they're going to do that for Devastation, though, especially, is just that, like, Devastation, if you take away the 25-yard thing, it really doesn't have that much going for it. And what I mean by that is not that the spec starts to fail at doing doing things at 25 yards. And I mean, here's a fun example of 25 yards screwing me, that I can't reach this enemy while I'm in that, or while I'm standing just outside of it. But mainly just that, like, you see this rotation where I just go, and like, granted, you know, I haven't pushed my empowers. I probably should have. Not super optimal, but like my main bread and butter spells, the ones that like I'd be pushing if I wasn't doing anything else, I just sit there and cast. I go Living Flame, I go Disintegrate, I go Living Flame, I go Disintegrate. That's not a very compelling gameplay loop. It's not very, like, it doesn't really get your brain moving, you know? And it's like, if that's the case, if your main rotation is that, where you don't have really that much going for you, you need other stuff to keep you engaged, kind of. At least I think so, right? To me, Mage, I think, and I haven't really played too many other classes. Like, my main has always been Shadow Priest, right? Shadow Priest, the main conceit has always kind of been learning how to get good stutter steps in your gameplay, pre-positioning for movement. Kind of like, you know, your basic rotation for the last couple expansions has never been particularly complicated, but you basically play in such a way that you go, okay, where am I going to need to be in the next 10 seconds or so? And how can I sort of start to inch my way over there in a way that's, you know, like efficient on my globals kind of thing. And then every time I have like an instant cast ability, I'll just start making my way over, right? For Evoker, you don't really have that. You don't really have instant cast abilities to weave in on single target. All you have is this hover ability where you hover, and then now I can cast my rotation, but on the move. What that means to me is that your brain isn't really doing much most of the time, if not dealing with the 25-yard range mechanic. That's kind of like the main thing that you have to worry about. And as a 40-yard caster, it's almost never a problem. Like, I don't remember the last time I was on a boss and being like, crap, I'm out of range. Like, you know, just when just fighting it normally. Like, it happens when you're spread out in an encounter or whatever, but it's certainly not just like through normal gameplay that you're just like, oh, I'm just out of range of the boss, right? So the thing is that, like, clearly for Devastation, they've gone out of their way to make this a sort of kind of an easy, you know, kit. Pretty much specifically to deal with the fact that you have that restriction. I need to push my action button. Alright, I just dunked 3 on this side, so we're gonna get the wins.
Look at this Lishrath arena. What are these birds doing here?
Oh, and that gives me a buff. Oh, it's a heal. Is that a heal? Oh, Gale Force. Haste increased and... Okay. Haste increased by 45 seconds, movement increased by 50 seconds. Immune. Okay, I get it. Alright. Yeah, I'm missing my rotation because I'm trying to figure out what the, how the boss works. Because this is my 3rd time in here and I still wasn't sure. Okay. Yeah, so when you dunk the red orbs, it like stuns the boss and gives you a nice little opportunity to just DPS it. And then it looks like when you dunk the other one, you get the wins, but you actually have a thing that you can pick up that gives you a ton of haste, so that's cool. Yeah, so anyway, that's the bottom line, right? I mean, the 25 yards is annoying, but for Devastation, 25 yards is annoying, but it kind of seems to me like the point of the spec, right? It kind of seems to me like the spec kind of doesn't do anything if not for the 25-yard restriction. It's just kind of like, yeah, I'm here, doing my simple rotation, doing my thing. Yeah, Preservation is gonna, it's a really weird time. Just because, like, clearly stuff just doesn't work when you're at 25 yards. You have, like, a third of the access to the battlefield that other healers have. Just take a drink. Sorry. And, you know, and so on, right? God. Alright, let's see what's happening here. I'll throw out a quick little stun. Rescue the healer. Bam. 64k crit. I'm not a healer. I'm just doing healer things. Throw out a free little group heal. And rescue's back up. I think rescue is a great button for devastation and like M+ content and stuff especially. Here's the thing I was talking about earlier with PvP stuff, is like, worst case, if I fail a mechanic and I get locked out of my spell school, at least I have the other school. So, you know, even though Pyre is much worse, at least I have something I can cast. Alright, so this boss, we have Bloodlust. I have all my cooldowns available, so yeah, we'll just rip it on the pull probably. For the sake of argument, like, you don't really have to dodge anything on this boss, but I will. Oh god. Why, man? What did I die to? I was trying so hard. I didn't even know. Was that a boss mechanic? Or was it from these guys? God damn it. I'm pretty sure it was from the ads that got pulled into the room. Or was it this thing? Maybe it was this thing. I don't know. That's depressing. Am I finally getting B-Rest? Okay, thanks. Whatever. Get my loot. I didn't even get loot. Unbelievable. Alright, let's get out of here. My YouTube content is suffering every time I die on a boss right at the end. People are gonna play the video, get to the end, and be like, this guy didn't even fight the boss. He just talked about pressing Bloodlust and then just died.